Hey guys, in this video I'm going to go over my bilge wiring setup. I did it off camera because there's a lot of thinking involved, but I do want to give WaxRacing some credit towards it. They made a pretty sick wiring harness adapter to run your bilge pretty slick, so you don't see any wires anywhere and you're not leading them back to your battery. That's how I've always done it in the past, but they actually tapped into your start-stop switch wires. So I looked at their pictures online, and with my dad's help, who's an electrician, we figured out how they really did it. Now, the only hurdle was trying to find stock connectors because I didn't want to cut mine out or, add any that weren't factory Yamaha ones. So I actually found a website. I'll list it or link in the description so you guys can do it if you want. But instead of buying waxes, I created my own. Mine's tucked away back here. That just splices into your wiring harness using stock connectors. Basically, you make a jumper from your brown to your brown, red to red, and then same thing, black to black, white to white. And you cut into your jumper a black wire that runs all the way back. I just snaked it through here, and a red wire that runs all the way back. From there, I put an inline fuse in my red wire. It goes back to a three-way switch. My red wire is my hot that will connect into my switch. My black actually goes straight down to my bilge setup down there. So if it's hard to follow, I kind of did a rough outline over here. So basically your ebox wires would be over here connecting in. And on this side, it would be your start stop switch. So your white is a connect straight run. Your black, you would actually cut right here and make another run. So let's just say black and this. So your black would no longer be a straight run. You would cut into here just like this and add this wire, and this would go all the way back to your bilge. For your red, which I'm using pink, same thing. Your red is your hot wire from your ebox. So you'd cut into here and run another hot leg all the way back. Now on this wire, you'd actually cut an inline fuse if you want to. You don't have to. Your ebox has a fuse in it. I'd rather be safe than sorry and not, if my bilge overheats or whatever the hell a fuse actually does, I forgot. If my fuse has to blow, I'd rather have a second one blow so I can't use my bilge than actually have my inline fuse in my boat blow so I can't start my boat. So basically, same thing, like I said. This goes back. You can put an inline fuse if you want to, or if not, the red wire will trace all the way back to your switch if you're running a switch. If you just want constant power to a bilge, you run this straight down to your bilge. It's very simple, very easy. Wax put some plastic coating over their picture so you can't figure it out, but if you just trace wires back in your ebox, you find out that your black is always your hot or your common ground, and your red is always your main hot. So that being said, I did all of that. I found the connectors, like I said, use solder. All the connections are perfect. They trace all the way back, my red and my black. Put an inline fuse right here, so you could open this up. I put 5 amp fuse in there. Again, waterproof little thing. Everything's soldered. Then I also put these, maybe you can't see it. Let me grab a flashlight. I put same connectors that you have in your ebox that are waterproof back here to my switch. So this is where it gets a little confusing, but if you follow along, it shouldn't be. It's a three-way switch. So my red from my start-stop switch goes into my switch. If you follow this harness back, see that there's a red into my switch. Put my hands out of the way. So then your black, like I said, connects from your switch and runs all the way down to your bilge. It's already there in your bilge. Now from your switch, you have a blue and a white wire. Now, like I said, this is a three-way switch, so you got on here, off, on here. So what me and my dad did, since we're only running one bilge, we connected the white and the blue wire together from my switch, which is now sourcing your power, and connected it to the brown that goes all the way down to your bilge. So it's a pretty sick, clean setup. No wires going back to your battery box, just your normal ground and your hot back here. And then my bilge, I don't know what bracket it's on. I think it's a Rule 800. It's on a mid-shaft bracket is down there. My hose comes up behind my ebox and goes through the firewall. It loops around my box this way, comes across the top of my fire extinguisher tube and out here. I put it on a 45 degree and point it backwards, so if there's any oil residue, muck that's in my engine bay, pukes out and not in my footwells. So that's one thing I did. And then from the other video, you know, I put my head pipe in. All the gas lines are nicely nice. I removed the clip that's normally here, and I removed my stock gas filter bracket, and then I put it here. So I actually drilled 2 more holes. This one was existing, moved it here, and then moved the clip here to hold the gas line up. That way my gas lines run smooth all the way to my tank, because if you can tell, I'm no longer using the on-off reserve that would be here normally. I don't like them. I take them out. So then, since there was already a hole here, I put my primer there, so I'm not drilling a new hole in my boat. And then the primer's hooked up to the carbs now. This side was also the choke. I just put a grommet behind this switch, so I don't have to worry about water. The pistons are now hooked up. I put big fender washers on the back, and then I put O-rings on the front, so they're no longer hitting my paint. It's sealed. No, it's silicone. I don't have to worry about vibrations and paint chipping. What else have I done? Water box is in, obviously. Coolant line is done. So basically, the only thing that I have to do to this boat now, throw gas in it, hypothetically. Oh yeah, wait, real quick. Down here, factory pipe bracket. Don't have one on hand. I'd have to dig. Actually, yeah, I'll pause the video really quick and come right back. All right, I'm back. So a stock factory pipe bracket mounting point for a mod chamber on a blaster looks like this. It's on an angle. Normally it bolts up to the same 2 holes, just like that. And what I've found out, you know, I also attach this bracket with a Lord mount. But what I found out is if you run this bracket, you have no spot for a dampener or whatever, and it's just metal on metal. So on my sister's blaster, we bolted up metal to metal with some rubber washers in between, and it was too much vibration, and we originally snapped here, and then it also snapped the tab off of the pipe. So this has to be re-welded at some point. But what I'm getting at is I built or cut a straight stainless steel piece with my dad, which allowed me to put a dampener in there. So now I have 2 dampeners, so rubber could wiggle instead of metal on metal and having stuff snap. So that's kind of another thing that I did. But other than that, the ski's pretty much ready. I could throw gas in it and fire it. It's been pretty cold, so I don't want to. But all that's left is cleaning up all this little stuff, for me being anal. Hood seal, turf, seat wrap, and I want to find a new tube for this. I need a 96 one, so it'll clear my carburetors, because right now when I close this, it hits my flame arrestor. I know I could do an air down kit. I don't want to. I don't know why. But other than that, there's not much left to do on the ski. So hopefully the next video you guys see is me turfing it. I've done some pretty crazy turf with my dad in the past on my sister's blaster, so I don't think we're going to get that crazy. We're going to keep it pretty simple. But we also, like I said, drilled here. I polished these, and we also did our normal thing of removing the gay spray, putting billets here, and we also drill a 3rd one to keep it symmetrical, and allows you to tie down through this one and this one loop. So sorry about that, someone just got home. But anyways, that's pretty much it for now. Like I said earlier, just gonna turf, figure out some type of seat wrap. I just don't think the stock looks good, in my opinion, the yellow. There's no more yellow on the ski. But we'll figure something out. So hopefully the next video you guys see is turf. And hopefully I could find out where to get a 96 thing from, where I could actually close my boat and get it out of here. Because I got another video in the works. Little sneak peek of the next project is this 2010 that's been sitting here for 2 years. So hopefully that's out in the water this year. Yeah, it's garage art. Just stuff stacked on top of it. You can tell we really respect our stuff here. And then I'm also going to be working on that ski. I did have it up for sale, and then a good buddy of mine bought it from me. And he is not keeping it remotely stock at all anymore. It has gone from a bone stock 61X to going to be a pretty mean machine. He already found a factory B pipe for it, mod chamber, and he's not holding back on anything. No expenses. So it should be a pretty good running boat. I don't know if I'm going to record much of that. It's up to him, what he wants me to do. But, yep. So that's it for the blaster video. This isn't the turf that scraps. But, yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you guys have any questions. All right. Peace.